What up, y'all? It's your boy, the Hood Nerd, back again. We coming out of Oklahoma with this one. This video probably be a little long. Try and keep it under 20 minutes, but just gonna walk through the steps again of why African American culture is in the shape it's in. There's nobody to protect these little babies. And why I keep saying nature or nurture, to just understand the environment that these little babies have been nurtured in and why they turn into what they turn into. But see, none of the adults want to take any accountability for the way their children turned out and then what their children are now raising, which is why, again, we're in the position we're in at this point. So first, we're going to start off. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story, but Jerron Dejan Priggen murdered his 5 children that he had with this woman. I think she had 3 other children. I think she had 8 children in total, I believe. But he murdered, I'm assuming, the 5 children he had with this woman and then his brother. But see, a lot of this stuff could have been stopped right here, July 25th, 2018. Muskogee fire investigators say Brittany Anderson intentionally set her ex-boyfriend's apartment on fire near 2700 South Cherokee Drive. She's charged with arson for setting the building on fire and is also charged with 9 counts of endangering human life during arson. The suspect has not been arrested. Witnesses say they saw Anderson pacing near the apartment when they went inside and then came back out before they saw flames. She's charged with arson for setting the building on fire and is also charged with 9 counts of endangering human life during arson. The 9 counts are for the 9 firefighters who went inside to help put the fire out. So now, at this point right here, where we, July 25th, 2018, this happened, I believe, in February 2021. 2.5 years ago, at this point, children should have been taken away from her, never put back in her possession, and these 5 babies could possibly still be alive. But that didn't happen. And since that didn't happen, what do we get February 2nd, 2021? Man and 4 children were found shot dead inside Muskogee, Oklahoma, early Tuesday. 5th child was airlifted to a Tulsa hospital where that young victim died. Woman identified by family as Brittany Anderson was hospitalized with life-threatening injuries after being shot. Deceased children were identified as Jalea 2, Jadis 3, Harmony 5, Neve 6, and Quindency, who had just turned 9 on January 12th. Responding officers encountered Jerron Priggen, 25, holding a gun at the scene and arrested him after foot chase. And again, not even man enough to just stand there. And see, that's the sad thing is a lot of these men who commit these crimes, they don't even have a heart at that point to even take their own life. Because if it's too hard for you, the best thing for you to do in these type of situations is just take your own life. But you won't hurt these little babies. And now you've taken 5 babies off Earth, not to mention the 3 babies who still here, the trauma they're going to have to deal with. Not to mention the life the mother is now going to have to live, being shot in the head. Police described slain children as elementary school age or younger and said the victims were related. The police chief said he believes the shooting resulted from a domestic incident, but there is no word on a motive. And I still haven't been able to find a word on the motive, but there doesn't need to be a motive. So that's the one thing I always preach to young men, even though as hard as I am on women. I don't care what a woman does, unless she physically puts you in harm's way, where I'm talking gun or knife, never put your hands on a woman. You leave. If you know she a little loopy and she out there, you leave before she gets home, or you plan your escape route at that point to make sure you gone before she get there to keep you from leaving. But these things, they don't end well when you put your hands on women. Pridgeon has a criminal history which includes charge of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, threatening to perform act of violence. And again, why are children in a home with a man who's charged with this and a mother who's charged with arson? Who's going to protect the children at this point? Because the cycle is going to keep continuing. All it is her children will now have their children. But unless they're nurtured in a different environment, guess what? They grow up in this environment. They grow up in an environment of nothing but violence and chaos around them. So guess what they think is going to be okay to do when they have their children? Hey, it was done to me. I turned out okay. That's what I'm going to do to my children. 5 children have been shot dead and their mother critically injured in a horror shooting in the early hours of the morning in Oklahoma, with the father of some of the children arrested. And like I said, some. So when they say some, I have to almost think of he killed his own children, tried to kill her, and then tried to leave. Why he didn't turn the gun on himself, I don't know. Friends and family on Tuesday identified the wounded mom as Brittany Anderson. Her killed children, which we already stated. Raven Anderson, my nieces and nephews had bright futures ahead of them, which is, I'm assuming, her sister, Brittany's sister. And I know they were going to change the world. But God needed them more than we did. So he called them home sooner than we could have ever expected. And see, again, this ain't got nothing to do with God. We love to blame God for whatever. Whenever somebody does something heinous, it's, yo, man, probably was, hey, God wanted them home that day. Did he really? Or did somebody just decide, yo, today I'm going to play God? Sister revealed that Brittany remained in critical condition at the hospital, but said her loved ones have the utmost faith that she will pull through. Officers responded at around 1:30 a.m. to a call of multiple people shot at a home in the 900 block of Indiana Street in Muskogee, about 45 minutes southeast of Tulsa. Now, again, we had these conversations about all of this stuff that's going on these times of the morning. But the one thing I am going to say is, again, women have to do a better job of vetting the men that you sleep with. You have to. He's going to tell you whatever he has to tell you to sleep with you. He's going to say whatever he has to say to be taken care of, if that's what you're doing at this point in time. He don't have a job. He just want to sit around and play 2K or play Madden or watch Netflix all day and watch movies and do all that. They're going to tell you whatever. He's going to love on you. He's going to kiss on you. He's going to tell you how much he loves you, how much he wants to be a family. But he's telling you that because what? He ain't got nowhere to go. He ain't got no choice but to tell you that. So now we get to them looking to get the death penalty for him now. which is when I first read about this article, which was yesterday. The article states a man who killed his 5 children and his own brother in February deserves capital punishment, say prosecutors in Oklahoma. The Muskogee County District Attorney's Office are seeking the death penalty against Jerron Dejan Pridgeon, 25. The victims are the defendant's brother, Javarion Lee, 24, and 5 young children. Pridgeon also allegedly shot the children's mother, Brittany. Anderson's sister, Raven, told KOTV that Pridgeon was father to 3 of the children. He is not a person, Raven said. He is a monster. And on top of being a monster, he is a coward for doing what he did. Now, again, took the easy way out. I won't even say the easy way out, because the easy way out probably would have been to kill himself. They definitely will kill him in jail if he makes it to getting the death penalty. I'm pretty sure they will give him the death penalty. I don't see why they wouldn't. But again, another wise word of wisdom I will give to you ladies. Stop telling a lot of these men that these children are theirs if they may not be. Because if a man finds out a child is not his, you don't know what the end result of that's going to be. You may think you know somebody, but you don't really know somebody till you can really see them and how they behave when they have a fit of rage. Then you can kind of see, okay, can I deal with this person at their angriest? Because it's always cool to deal with somebody when they're nice and they laughing and they joking. Everybody is kind of pleasant to be around when it gets to that point. What is somebody like when they're angry, though? That's when you'll know, okay, this is somebody I can be in a relationship with. But again, the state failed the kids. If I was her sister, I would sue the state, because those children should have never been in the hands of those parents. Like I said, she tried to commit arson. Well, committed arson. He had a history already of being a criminal. 2 savages out here together, procreating, and have created this type of environment for 8 children. Nurtured them in this type of environment. Next question you have to ask is, what will those remaining 3 children turn out to be? They were great kids, she added, of the 5 children. They were smart. They were full of happiness, energy. They loved life. Noting the aggravating factors, DA Orville Lodge and First Assistant DA Larry Edwards said that Jerron Pridgeon knowingly created risk of death to multiple people, that there is a chance he will keep being a threat to society if released, and that the killings were especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, according to Tulsa World. See, with me, I'm to the point, a person goes to jail twice, shouldn't even be a 3-strike rule. You go to jail twice, that should just be a lifetime punishment at that point. Because obviously that's a person who just, I'm not a person who can abide by the rules. I'm going to run afoul of the law. So cool, I'm cool for second chances. Somebody does something once, they can learn from it. But they do it again, that's just who that person is at that point. And you don't need to save them. Put them where they belong. Get them off the streets. Because now what you're starting to see in all of these cities, all across the country, is what? Men on parole committing all these heinous acts. 1- and 2-time felons out here on the streets committing more crimes. Why are they even on the streets at this point? Why is somebody on a felony who's out awaiting trial? Why is he shouldn't even be on the streets at that point. Somebody's done a violent act, shouldn't even be on the streets at that point. Even if it wasn't a violent act, because even if you're saying stealing, at some point we've all heard, if you lie, you'll cheat, you'll steal, and if you'll steal, you'll kill at some point. Pridgeon's defense lawyer, Gretchen Mosley, said in a closing argument that a client has serious mental health needs, and she cited comments he allegedly made during his arrest about 7 chakras and his distrust of government. He is reportedly serving a 10-year sentence for a 2019 assault case after previously getting a deferred sentence on account of a mental health evaluation. So see, again, had her situation been handled in 2018, these children are alive. Now what happened, because he got caught up in this situation, I'm assuming they just gave him the time for what happened in 2019, the assault case. Probably violated his probation, went in, now you got to do the jail time. But at that point, he's put in jail. Then guess what? We're not sitting here right now having this conversation about 5 young babies and a young 24-year-old man who's no longer here. Y'all got to do a better job, man. It's your boy, the Hood Nerd. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm out.